everyone, it's Gina from Sisters Talk Radio.
And Andrea from Sisters Talk Radio.
We're trying something a little different tonight. We're actually drinking while we do this episode.
What a great idea.
We're actually celebrating. It's, Pride weekend. It's Chicago Pride. We're going there tomorrow. We're going to be broadcasting from Backlot Bash, so we're really excited, and we thought, well, we're just going to drink while we do the video because we want to get it done. Now, originally, we weren't going to do a video until we did the Real L Word review on Sunday night. But we got a question from someone after watching our last YouTube video, and they wanted to know how Andrea and I met. Now, we've already started talking about this on Facebook, but we didn't get too detailed about it.
Mm-hmm.
Andrea and I met on MySpace. And it's a really interesting story because I wasn't on MySpace scoping for ass or anything.
Right.
I was not. She thought I was.
Now I know this.
Yes, she thought I was on MySpace looking for wifey, and I wasn't. I was working. I had my radio show going for about 5 months at that point, and I was doing a lot of heavy marketing online. And I had not been on MySpace for probably a year at that point. And something dawned on me, wait a minute, there's MySpace, there might be at least 2 people still on MySpace.
Well, I was one of them.
She was one of them. So I was on MySpace just basically marketing Sisters Talk Radio, and I sent out all these emails to thousands of lesbians. And Andrea was one of the women who received my email.
Right. Okay, and here's my thing with the email. I didn't know it was work related. I didn't know that it wasn't just a personal hi, getting to know you type of email. And I'm going to read it because I have a feeling people who listen to this are going to say, yeah, I got you, Andrea. It just says, thanks for accepting my friend request. I'm just trying to meet more local women. A little bit about me. I live in Beloit. I'm a blogger, internet marketing professional, and internet radio talk show host. What about you, Gina? No clue that she was just working.
And I don't know where she got the idea that I was hitting on her. 'Cause that's not in there either.
I wasn't taking it as hitting, like hitting on me exactly, but I wasn't opposed to the idea of meeting her in some context, be it friend or possibly more. I don't know.
Okay, so for some reason Andrea thought that I was on this mission to make friends, and if it turned into more, great. And I said, no, I was working. I wasn't looking for friends, a piece of ass, a one-night stand, wifey. I wasn't looking for any of that. What I was looking for was people to listen to my radio show.
Right.
That's all I was looking for.
I didn't even go to the website.
She didn't even check it out. Okay. So the way the email was formatted, it was designed to get people interested enough to click through and look at my profile. And then once they got to my MySpace profile, there would be links to the radio show, and I was hoping that they'd kind of poke around from there. She didn't even look at my profile.
Yeah. Okay. So
other than the picture.
Right. Of course I looked at the pictures. And then I responded with an email the next day so I could talk to her about the radio show. And I actually found the radio show the most intriguing thing. And I didn't know anyone that did radio at the time. And still. And so I said, hey, tell me more about this radio show. And it was my chance to start to talk to her more one-on-one. She had the chance to blow me off. Just for the record.
I could have. And I got this, and she wasn't the only person who responded to that email. I had a lot of people respond to the email. Oh, that's nice. Tell me a little bit more about you. Are you single? And I would just ignore those. I was just like, that's not what I'm here for. So I would ignore those. But when I got her response, I was like, ooh, she's kind of cute. So I did talk to her. But, okay, so probably at that point I was interested in something. But when she initially got the first email, that's not what I was interested in. So we emailed back and forth for probably 2 weeks before I finally convinced her to do at least video conferencing. Because she didn't want to give me her number. I didn't want to ask for it. So, after 2 weeks of emailing back and forth, she finally agreed to video conferencing and instant messaging.
Right.
So once I got that out of her, I shot her my phone number, my cell phone number, and I was just like, okay, well, I'm not going to ask for her number, but I'll give her mine. So if she wants to call, she can call, but then, she doesn't have to feel obligated to give me her number. So that's what happened there. So, Andrea.
Well, I got her number, and I didn't call her that night because I didn't want to be the one to be like, oh my God, I got her number. Now I'm in. I didn't want her to think I was desperate. I guess that would be the word.
That would be the word.
So I waited a day. I played it cool. Now what's funny is I was terrified. I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to call her. I don't think terrified was the right word, but I was overly excited, and she knows this about me at this point, that it probably killed me to wait an entire day to get to call her.
Yes.
But I did text her from work, so then she had my phone number, and from there we started talking every night, all the time. So we either were online with the, video conferencing.
Or instant messaging because video wasn't working.
There was a problem, though, because I didn't have a strong internet signal. So it would take us hours to get through a conversation because we could constantly drop the internet signal. But apparently we both wanted to talk to each other enough, and we got through that.
So trying to arrange the first date was like pulling teeth with her. It was like, okay, I'm following her lead. She wants to take her time.
First mistake.
So I was like, well, why don't we, make our first date Valentine's Day? Because I believe she wanted to wait. She's the one who didn't want to give me her number right away, didn't want to talk on the phone right away. She was more comfortable with video and instant messaging. So I was like, okay, I'm going to follow her lead, and I'm going to push the first date out some, So I said, why don't we get together first date Valentine's Day? And she lost it. She was like, I do not want to wait that long. I might not be interested in you by then. And I was like, oh,
I did say that, and I didn't mean it to come off as abrasive.
That's what she said.
I did say that. I don't deny it, but I didn't mean it to be like that. It was just like, I want to get going on this. We've been talking through like 8 billion different means.
Because that was your decision.
Right, and you should know by now that I do 2 different things usually at one time. I say one thing and actually want a different thing. So,
yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm a female. Yeah, that's right. So, I actually did want to meet her earlier than the 3 weeks out from at that point. So we did end up meeting probably a week after that. We set a date for the first date.
We set our first date, and then, she had this attitude about Valentine's Day. She had this huge attitude about Valentine's Day, and I was just like, okay, fine. We won't make our first date Valentine's Day. We'll push it up even further, even closer. I said, but by the time I'm done with you, you're going to love Valentine's Day.
And I love Valentine's Day now.
Yes, you do.
I'd been single too long, and I just didn't. It was just a holiday I could care less about. Apparently, when you find somebody that you really are interested in, Valentine's Day is quite nice.
Right. So I showed up on our first date. Even though it wasn't Valentine's Day, I showed up with those little boxes of Valentine's Day candy. The ones that are shaped like a heart, and they're kind of chalky.
Yeah.
So I showed up with a box of Valentine's Day hearts. And I think you still have that box, don't you?
I still have the box. I love those hearts, and it was so sweet and so sincere. And she said something like, I was at the grocery store, and I just couldn't stop thinking about you, and I had to bring you these on the first date.
Because I know you hate Valentine's Day,
right.
So I wanted to bring them to you to get working on that whole anti-Valentine's Day mentality. So, and I didn't want to show up with flowers because I thought flowers is cliche. Flowers on a first date, now that's cliche.
Right, but she did get me flowers. She sent me flowers
on Valentine's Day
and chocolates on Valentine's Day, and I'd never had anybody do that before, and so that was really sweet. And I was going to drive down to see her that night, and so that Valentine's was very memorable, and I do like it at this point. First date went very well. She came to Madison to see me, and that first moment was
intense. The first date was intense. Now, before we had our first date, we agreed, because we had such an attraction to each other via video conferencing, I was like, So we agreed no sex on the first date. We agreed to that. It was so hard sticking to that agreement. But we did it. Here we are. We're getting married. We're talking about getting married. We're a year and a half later, and we're talking about getting married. So, don't give up, guys. I'm not saying you should go on over to MySpace looking for somebody, because there's some freaks on MySpace.
There are, but, it's proof that you can meet somebody in ways that you never thought were possible.
Exactly. So that's our story. Now, you can check out our podcast on iTunes. We are available there. All you have to do is go to iTunes and search for Sisters Talk Radio. We're also available on Stitcher, a podcast application for your BlackBerry or your iPhone. And if you're not watching this video on YouTube, you can go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Sisters Talk Radio. Our show page is sisterstalkradio.net, and we are going to be at Chicago Pride this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be taking lots of pictures and video, and we're going to be broadcasting from the Backlot Bash. So, until then, we'll be seeing you guys again soon.
Bye.